The Perimeter with Adam Morrison is proudly presented by Owens Farms Piedmontese. I want to share a local secret that everyone needs to know about, Owens Farms Piedmontese. As you can tell, I'm very excited to tell you about it. But no joke, this beef from Owens Farms is some of the best I've ever tasted in my life. For over 35 years, the Owens family has bred and sold a select amount of their premier Piedmontese beef by word of mouth. And now, for the first time, is being made available to the public through our partnership. Go to ofp.farm or click the link in the show description to reserve your half or whole order of premier Piedmontese beef today. There's only a limited amount of Owens Farms Piedmontese beef available, so make sure you don't miss out.
The Perimeter with Adam Morrison is produced independently and locally in Spokane, Washington by Spokast Studios. Our city, our stories. Visit www.spokast.com to learn more about how you can start your very own podcast today. Thank you to Jinx Universe and Position Music for letting the Perimeter use the song Let's Do It Again from Jinx's album, Make It Look Good.
The Perimeter with Adam Morrison is brought to you in sponsorship with Delicious Hamburgers. Did you know Delicious Hamburgers and fries are the freshest in Spokane? Their hamburgers are never frozen, and that's because it tastes better. There's not even a freezer in the restaurant. Their fries are always made to order and never sit under a heat lamp. It's differences like this you can truly taste. Next time you're craving the freshest hamburgers and fries, head to the corner of Augusta and Division and ask for the Perimeter Combo. A triple delicious hamburger with grilled onions, pickles, and special sauce. It also comes with fries and your choice of a milkshake. Delicious. Taste the difference.
Let me introduce you to the Spokane Workers Co-op, a locally based worker-owned holding company whose mission it is to increase access to living wages, workplace democracy, and autonomy, and to create the sort of lifelong career trajectories that are increasingly uncommon for the majority of people in America. The worker owners of SWC, regardless of which business they work, are equal co-owners of the entire holding company, providing them not just direct ownership of the fruits of their own labor, but ownership in a diversified and resilient portfolio of businesses dedicated to serving Spokane and the Inland Northwest. SWC also buys traditional businesses. SWC buys traditional businesses like LLCs, partnerships, and sole proprietorships, for example, from owners who are ready to retire and who want to make sure the employees who help them build their business are taken care of after the owner leaves. Learn more at www.spokane.coop. And if you're an owner interested in talking about selling, email SWC at team@spokane.coop. That is team@spokane.coop.
Let's do it again. Let's do it again. Turn up the 10. Let's do it again. Let's do it again.
All right, welcome to Season 2 of The Perimeter, sponsored by Owens Farms Piedmontese. I have special guest, one of my favorite all-time Gonzaga players, Killian Tillie.
How you doing, man? Thanks for having me.
Yeah, appreciate you coming on. This Season 2 has been kind of a recap deal. Season 1 was a lot of interviews. So I'm happy that I get somebody to kind of interview and just not talk about, the PK85 or,
Right.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I finally
I feel
just got to go over somebody's story, tell the fans all the things that I used to see covering you, watching you, let you tell your side of it. So I think it's kind of cool. I'm excited for it. I usually started with where you're from. So obviously from France.
Yep.
Where were you born?
I was born in Paris, but then I lived my whole childhood in south of France.
Okay.
A little city called Cagnes-sur-Mer. So next to Nice
I'm
and
not
Cannes.
even gonna try on that one.
You can try, but it's impossible. But yeah, and grew up there, and then that's it. That's about it.
Born 1998,
Yep.
March 5th.
Mm-hmm.
Same birthday as Joel.
Yeah, that's crazy. by the
Same
way.
day, same year too.
No, Joel's 2000. So
Okay.
he's 2 years younger.
2 years.
But still, we had the same birthday. That was pretty.
Yeah,
pretty
it's
funny.
a little bit different. You grew up playing hoop and volleyball, right?
Yep. So I started playing both hoops and volleyball when I was like 5, 6.
Uh-huh.
and because my family is more on the volleyball side.
We'll get into that. Yeah.
Yeah, so I just played both, and then when I was 14, I had to make a choice to keep playing at higher level.
Yeah,
so,
yeah, you do.
Yeah,
Same in the
chose-
States.
Right, yeah. So just chose basketball, and
What was your family like with that decision since they're, volleyball people?
I mean,
Were they excited or
they
were
were my dad. I think they were excited.
Yeah.
You know, my dad loves basketball too, and
Uh-huh.
I mean, volleyball it's a toughest sport. I feel like to succeed.
Yeah.
But
How-
they love basketball too. So
Just real quick to give the listeners an idea, like how big is volleyball, men's volleyball in the States, or excuse me, in France compared to everywhere else? Is it like the number 3 sport in the country behind soccer or football? And
I don't know. It's not that big.
Really?
Yeah, number 1 soccer.
yeah, of course,
And
everybody
then,
is.
and then you got what? You got handball, and you
Handball's fun to watch.
It's fun to watch, but
Weird.
nobody knows anything
Yeah.
about it here.
No.
Or you got rugby, and then probably basketball and volleyball. So
Yeah.
it's
It's one of those deals where there's no pot of gold at the end of it.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying?
True.
So like basketball, there's a pot of gold at the end of
Yeah.
it if you're really good.
And you grow up and you watch the NBA, you watch these guys, and you're like, I want to be there. In volleyball, you don't really have a league like that just makes you dream about playing volleyball at a high level.
Do they do the like? Does your club have all the sports? Like I know you went to INSEP and we'll get into that, but like when I was in Turkey, they had volleyball, they had handball,
Yeah.
they had like Besiktas had all those teams. They had a
Yeah.
girls team, blah blah blah.
Yeah, I mean, every cities in France have like some club teams, and like the biggest cities have every sport to play, and you just
Yeah.
gotta. It's a little different in here,
Yeah,
but you get a license to your club, pay like $100, and then you just can play.
you just play. Yeah,
play
you
all
just,
season
you
with
can
them,
play all
so.
season. Since the World Cup is on, you a PSG fan, obviously.
Yep.
Is everybody from France? Does anybody like anybody else besides?
No, I mean, there's a big rivalry with Marseille.
Yeah, Marseille. They were good a few, like 5 years
Right,
ago.
not
and now
anymore.
they're
It's
not
just
anymore.
PSG now.
Yeah, it's-
Just, I mean, they have so much money.
Do you guys like Messi over there, or was he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he's one of the all-time greats.
I know, but like sometimes when those legends come over and they're just kind of add-ons.
True.
Like look at
Drama.
Ronaldo.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Where it's drama or they're. But I know him and Neymar were boys, so
I think Messi's been good though. Yeah, not that much.
I think
drama.
he's been great this year. He wasn't
Yeah.
great last year, but I think he was kind of his head was all fucked up
Yeah.
for not being on Barcelona anymore. I mean, for real,
Oh,
like
for sure.
they screwed him over.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? But
So you watch the World Cup too right now, or
yeah, of course.
yeah.
Yeah.
Who you rooting for? US?
Yeah, and I'm a Jurgen Klopp guy,
Mm-hmm.
so I get a little bit. How do I say this? The MLS has gotten better, and I've been to multiple MLS games, and they do a good job of trying to create a European feel to it.
Mm-hmm.
But they play on fucking AstroTurf bullshit.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
bad.
it's bad. It's not right for the game. And then I think some of the players are just not as trained tactically as you would. It's over there. So I get frustrated when I watch our games and some of our guys are MLS guys, and then maybe that's unfair because they're professionals.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm like, man, we have enough talent to be better.
Yeah.
And what I'm
But
saying,
the talent goes to like basketball and
football.
football.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
Well, Sir Alex Ferguson had a great article in like 2008 or 2010 in that area from Sports Illustrated, and they talked about U.S. soccer, what needs to happen for it to be successful. And his literally one sentence answer was, "You have to go to the like poor areas and go get kids."
Yeah.
And he was right.
Yeah, for
And
sure.
like that offended a lot of people, but
Yeah.
he's like, it's pay for play in these states.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you join club soccer in Spokane, it's $3,500. If you're playing high level, great coaching, they're good,
Yeah,
but like
that's a lot of money.
it's a lot of money. And you go over. I mean, you understand this. I'm preaching to the choir, but you go over there, everybody's playing, and it's not $3,500.
No.
You're getting on a club, and so I think that's where we will always be behind. Now, have they looked good so far? Yes, and this episode will come out before or after the Rand game, so we don't even know if they make the draw.
That's a tough game.
That's a tough game because they obviously can get a draw, so they're going to park the bus. But I thought we looked better. We were the better team when we played England.
Mm-hmm.
I like Weah. I like Pulisic. I'm a Chelsea guy, so I like Pulisic. I think he's been kind of screwed over by that club. but also I'm always like, there's so many good players.
Right.
I like Dest. I don't know why he comes out of the game ever. You know what I'm saying? But like a nation like France, we're so far behind with Mbappe, Benzema, Giroud. And Giroud was a Chelsea guy. I couldn't stand him, but he scores goals.
Nobody likes him, but
I know
it's scoring goals every time.
I know. That's what the funny thing is. Like nobody likes him, but if you look at when he was with Chelsea, he always scored goals. And I was just like, fuck. It's like Diego Costa was the same way. Like couldn't stand him. I was Drogba guy. At the end of the year, he's giving you 15 to 20 goals. And we're like, well, you know what I'm saying? So
we're going to need him. All I care about is France winning the World Cup again. So it's going to be tough. But we'll see.
I think they have a chance. It was hard when Benzema went down.
Yeah.
But when you got Mbappe and then you got just your reserves are good too. And then Conte is such a good defensive midfielder, another Chelsea guy. He's like the best in the world at choking down that middle of the field. You know what I'm saying? Yep. That just allows you to be in every single game. Right. So when you off the soccer topic.
Yeah.
So when were you like looked at to go to NCCEP? And for the listeners who listened to the previous season when I interviewed Joel, he talked a lot about NCCEP. What was that experience like for you? Because I know it's different for everybody. Because he was like, I was a kid that was kind of overlooked, and I had to scratch and claw. Were you like a top prospect per se to go there?
Yeah. So I got there like a year later than everybody does.
Okay.
So my first year of high school, I wasn't on Antibes. That's where close to where I live. So
what age? Like 13, 14?
That was 15.
15, okay.
So we only do 3 years of high school in France.
Okay.
And then so I had after that year I had a great European championship. That was a U16 European championship. Okay. So we won it, and I had an MVP from that competition.
FIBA. Yeah.
And after that, NCCEP wanted me to go, so I went there. And
do they get all the pick of the litter of like all the best guys? In France.
Yeah, because I mean, they have good infrastructures and supposed to be the best coaches in France. So I mean, they do. Everybody wants to go to NCCEP.
Yeah,
because they pay for everything, and then you just gotta go there and play basketball.
Yeah, you just go hoop.
Yeah. But it was kind of tough. I don't know, it's just a little tough because it's your first 2 years away from family.
Yeah, and then you go like Joel mentioned this, and obviously it's true. You go play like third division or second division pro teams, and you're playing 25-year-old dudes.
Yeah. You don't win a game.
Yeah,
you don't win a single game.
Yeah,
so you're here just pissed, like, and this grown man just killing you,
trying to kick your ass.
And just trying to kick your ass.
Yeah,
and I'm like, I never won a game when I was there, so it's not really fun.
Really,
and I didn't really have fun.
Is it just for the training, basically?
Yeah, just for the training. And,
yeah.
And it's also like I feel like it's kind of like a little prison. Like it's like a whole like
community
campus,
can't leave. Yeah,
campus, but you can't leave.
Yeah.
So like it's all like gated. It's like a prison.
Yeah.
So I didn't have the best experience, but I'm still glad I went there.
Yeah. So did you think like the experience is, obviously the non-social aspect, no girls. And that's not even trying to be funny, but like when you're in high school, like you want to talk to girls or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Do you think there was a lot of like politics involved in it too? Like minutes politics, you get what I'm saying? Like, all right, this guy knows this agent and we think he's going to be a player, so he's going to play. Does that type of stuff happen?
So the people in France, they don't like when young prospects go to US and go to college.
Yeah.
So they try and like restrict you.
Yeah.
And
so Joel talked about it.
Bring you, they don't want you to go there because they want you to stay in France and be in a club team. And I mean, well, it's not the best. It's not the best, but
yeah.
So before I got there, I was like, after my 2 years, I'm going to college no matter what.
Yeah.
So
what steered you to make that decision? Because to preface this for the listeners, like NCAA basketball is looked at a lot different overseas, and not just France. Then like Domus, his dad didn't even want him to come to Gonzaga, right?
Yeah.
And Domus is going to be a 15-year NBA guy, right? But his dad was really like pissed at him. But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, people have a bad image of it, I feel like.
Yeah, why is that? I'm trying to dig into it. Like, what's the perception? Is it the style of play? Is it the coach has too much power? Is it you go over there, Americans are, assholes towards Europeans? What do you think your opinion is?
I really don't know what they think. I think they want to make you feel bad going there. They're going to tell you you're not going to play. And they tell you they only want to play the American players. And Which
I think it's a logical thing to say, but also the counter to that is like, so I'm going to bring you over across the pond and just to fuck you over, that doesn't make any sense.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it doesn't help anybody. So you just think it's...
And it didn't happen to me. So
of course. So do you think it's basically we want our guys to stay here and go play for PSG basketball or whatever? That's why?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Because I feel like they make money off that too.
Yeah, no, I've always been fascinated with the contracts the young kids sign over there. Like when I played in Serbia, we had kids on our team. We had one kid that ended up got drafted in the second round by the Warriors, Nedovic or some shit. He was a good player. And they had his rights for 5 years, and they could have been like, no, fuck you. You're not going nowhere.
Yeah.
And like he signed it when he was 15, making nothing. But like he was good enough to go to the draft when he was 19, but they're like, nope. And like they played him only, he pissed them off. They played him like 12 minutes a night for us, and he was an NBA player. And I'm like,
they've been doing it.
Yeah, no, this kid needs to be on the floor. Like, will help us win. It's like, nope.
And that's what they do. They got the agents like talking to he's very young, at a very young age. And then, like you said, to sign a contract at 15.
Yep, at 15
then you're stuck, and then you're stuck for 5 years. Like, I mean, it's your best like years of your career, like the early ages. And if you're stuck somewhere, like that's not good.
Yeah, no, it's definitely fascinating because I don't think people realize how hard it is to get over to the States, or the barriers you have to, like the bullshit you have to get through to get looked at recruiting wise. And then if you piss enough people off, not intentionally, and then you come back over, they're going to hold that against you later on. You know what I'm saying? When you're trying to get a deal, or you're trying to get on a EuroLeague team and play high level basketball and get paid, and like, well, actually you went over here, so we're going to pick the other guy, even though you're better. Fuck you. Like, that's a real thing, and people don't realize it. Like, it's different for European basketball players. Like I've always had a lot of respect for guys because it's not as simple as I went to Meade High School and Coach Few came and watched me and said, "Come on over." That's all I had to deal with. I didn't have to deal with anything else. Like, you're good enough to play. I played on an AAU team, and I could have gone to wherever the hell I wanted. And at the time, if I was good enough, I could have gone to the NBA. Like, there would have been no. We own his rights. Yeah, it's easy. So I'm always curious, like the European guys, like, what's it like? When did Gonzaga first start noticing you? You started talking. What years?
That was after the European Championship I was talking about.
When you were 16, the FIBA 16s.
Because I think Tommy went to every European Championships. And so I think he saw me play, and then started contacting my parents, I think. And
Did he come to NCCEP, or did he just go to the tournaments?
I don't know if he came to NCCEP. He came to the tournaments for sure. He came to Greece. He came to my house in Cainha. So to meet me with my parents, meet with me. So he's been traveling a lot. He likes to travel.
No, he's good at. He's a European type of guy, right? You know what I mean? He understands the cultures and kind of knows how to move over there. So he's really good at it. Obviously, when Tommy comes over, just because I know this is kind of ancillary stuff, but our listeners are curious, like, does he hire an interpreter, or does he just come into your house? Like, how does that work? Obviously, the younger generations always speak English. It's never an issue. And I've always told people, like, how was it in Serbia? I'm like, well, everybody fucking 25 and below speaks fluent English. So it's like really not hard to move around. You get an older person and you can tell if they're pissed off that you're speaking English, you stop. And you just, you know what I mean? You can just tell in the body language, but like, does he show up with just him?
He just show up himself.
That's awesome.
Speak English. I mean,
so
he's great.
When he's selling you, is he like, Roni Turioff came here, and does he talk about all that? And
he talks about the
culture
the culture, the guys they have. Like, I mean, they had a lot of experience with international players and big guys too. So I feel like that was a good fit. And he just And when I came to visit to Gonzaga, I remember he passed me the phone, and I'm like, "Who is this?" And then I got Roni on the phone talking to me in French, and telling me all the great things about Gonzaga. I'm like, I gotta come here, right? You know what I'm saying?
So, but you took visits to Georgia Tech, Utah.
Yep.
Why them too? Just
They were recruiting me too, and my brother went to Utah. He did 4 years.
okay.
From 2006 to 2010. So did 4 years there, and that's why I also wanted to come to college because both my brothers went to university in the U.S.
And they loved it, obviously.
They loved it.
Yeah.
I mean, the other one played the UC Irvine volleyball,
Okay.
and we won 2 national championships over there. So I mean,
Yeah. So his experience was great.
his experience. And when I was like 13, I think I went to visit him,
Oh, so yeah, you were.
and I went to one of his house parties at 13. I was like,
Awesome.
I gotta come here.
Yeah, that's awesome. You guys start drinking shit. You guys start drinking at 16, right?
Yeah, no, I mean, you can drink whenever. I mean,
Really?
I remember, at 16, I could just go to the store and buy a pack of beers, and they're fine with it. I mean,
It's
legal.
different.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's different. And then we won't get into it, but the argument is like you start drinking early,
You know what you're doing.
you know what you're doing. The excess drinking is like not a thing.
No.
When you get older, you're like, well, fuck, why would I want to do that?
Yeah.
And yeah. So that's a whole different
Right.
conversation. But
For sure.
yeah, so I mean, obviously, were you dead set on Gonzaga? Were they the clear favorite, or were you like
yeah, no.
open minded? Hey, Georgia Tech maybe or Utah? Who's the coach at Utah at the time? Is it Skovia? Yeah.
I loved him.
He was a good
He was a
dude.
great dude.
Yeah.
And
He had him rolling too at that time.
he
They
had
were
him
really good.
playing good. So I was close from going to Utah because of my brother.
Mm-hmm.
But then I also wanted to do my own thing.
Yeah,
And I didn't want to go to the same university there. I just want to have my own life, own experience. So, and then GU was just, I mean, compared to these universities, it's just way better.
yeah,
and
yeah.
everything.
Part of the hoops and the culture,
Culture,
like you
the
said.
the fans. I was watching the videos of the Cano. I was dreaming about it.
Mm-hmm.
And the coaching staff, everybody, just they're gonna be there for another 20 years.
Yeah,
so. I mean,
that's what people don't realize is a big.
it's a big thing because at Georgia Tech, I remember the coach.
Who is it? I don't even remember.
forgot who
Yeah, I
was the
don't
coach.
fucking know.
But he got fired the next year.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah.
Yeah, good. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. No, it's a real thing. I know on the women's side, that's one of their selling points. Is like everybody the longest tenured program in the WCC. So like when they're fighting over kids, they're like, well, your coach might not be there, and it's a real fucking thing to
It's
consider.
very important.
Because if somebody comes in, doesn't like you, doesn't like your game, or just whatever, I want a new house or whatever. So yeah, that's interesting. That
And that's what happened to my big brother Kim. He did 1 year with his coach.
they fired him.
It was Ray Giacoletti.
Yeah, Ray.
Yep. So he went with him, and then Ray got fired
Uh-huh.
after the first year, and then Jim Boylan came to
And this-
Kim and came with his guys, and
Didn't like him.
they hated Kim. So it was just a bad 3 years for him. So
Yeah.
I had that experience for choosing my college too. That helped
Yeah.
me.
What do your folks think of, their boys going all the way for college, like not being able to see them as quick? Is it hard on them?
I think it's tough on them, but
Yeah.
they're used to it, and also they see how we're doing, how good we're doing.
Uh-huh.
Like both my brothers playing professionally in Europe, and they're doing
Yeah.
great. And I think and my dad told me he regretted not coming into college when he was younger too,
Oh.
because it's just a great experience. I mean, if you go play after high school, you go play in Europe to clubs. Like
Yes.
we don't have the same gyms, we don't have the same weight rooms that we have here. We
Yeah.
don't have
Yeah.
nothing.
Well, yeah, people don't understand. Like the club teams there's an echelon. There's probably 3 or 4 really good ones that give a shit and
Yep.
can pay their bills. And then there's a whole middle pack that it's paycheck to paycheck
Right.
with them as well. Not just the players, like
Right.
if they can pay their fucking light bill.
Yep.
So you'll go to these clubs and, they'll try to make it successful for you, but, the trainer hasn't been paid in 3 months. And the guy that's trying to beat you out is on his last leg to fucking make
Yep.
pro team. He ain't passing you the ball in a swing,
Right.
right? You know what I'm saying? Or
he's
he's throwing it
for himself.
late. Here you go. You know what I'm saying? So like, it's a little bit different than people imagine. It's not like the NBA where every team's worth $1 billion,
Right.
and they're,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like they're going to at least try to win, and they're going to try to do what's right for their players, facilities. So yeah, like the club route is great if you're on a Euro League, or even like
Euro Cup.
Euro Cup is still good. I played for Besiktas. We were in the 3rd one, and that was still fun.
Yeah.
Whatever that one was called.
That's when my brother's in this one right now, the FIBA Europe Cup. I think it changed the name.
Yeah, yeah.
It's tough because I mean he's got to go to Romania and like.
No, we played a couple. We could play in a couple gyms.
Yeah,
I remember I had.
It's tough.
I had Carlos Arroyo was my point guard, which was unbelievable just to have him, as a.
Yeah, that's kind of nice.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
like,
nice.
and me and him, two of our best guys got hurt, and we go into this. We were in fucking Slovenia or some fucking Eastern European country, and we're playing in this dump. They're going nuts, and me and him had I had 28. He had like 27. We're just chilling, just not passing, just hooping, and we win. But it was a cool experience. But it was like, where the fuck are we, man? Like this is crazy, like middle of fucking nowhere. But getting into your time at Gonzaga, freshman year, how much did you? I can't see. Obviously I covered you.
Yep.
But I can't remember what was your role the national championship game year. How much did you play that year?
I was like the fourth big.
Yeah.
So it was.
Who was it? It was Shim.
It was Shim, J3, Jonathan Williams, and then Zebo.
Zebo.
Zach Collins and me. And me and Zach were coming in at the same time off the bench. And he was playing way more than me, but I was just coming in and try to get rebounds and make some shots. That's what Ben is doing right now, So.
Yeah. How many minutes did you play?
I think it was like 13, 14 minutes a game. So I was very happy about that.
Yeah. You were excited. I mean, obviously that team was...
It was tacked. I come in my first day. I'm like, I'm never gonna play ever. I got Rui behind me.
Rui didn't even play, which is crazy.
I know
he didn't even play. That's how talented those teams are or were. It just because I remember it was obviously I've covered you, but I was like freshman year I don't fucking remember how much he played because I knew they were Shimmy and I knew Zebo was one and done and they were like. His dad was like, "You better fucking play him, or you're not gonna come."
That's funny.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about. So they had to massage that whole deal where it was trying to get guys happy enough, but still have a continuity with their main players. So I always talk about this going from your freshman to your sophomore year, and I experienced this. I came off the bench my freshman year. We were good, 29-4. Played 18 minutes a night, averaged 11. But like, explain to people how the jump is when you're ready, but there's still an unknown going into that summer because they told you like you're going to play a shit ton your sophomore year. You're going to have a huge role. You're going to be able to shoot those trail threes and do your shit. Just explain to people like what that feeling is like going into that summer because you're ready for it, but you're like there's still like the fuck, I better get ready for this. You know what I'm saying? It's exciting, but you kind of are like monkey on my back. I better play well. And it could be hard for some guys.
Yep. No, it was one of the biggest summers I've had to do. Because I'm like, Shemek left and then Zebo left.
Zebo left,
I need that starter role next year. And I need to work on my game. And I remember me and Ricardo Flores.
Yeah. Pretty Ricky's at
Arizona now? With Tommy here.
Yeah.
And me and him worked a lot on, and we changed my whole shot this whole summer. And I remember and then I had the U19 World Championship with friends, and it was in the middle of the process of me changing my jump shot, and I couldn't make a single shot.
Couldn't make shit.
So I'm like, I go to that World Championship. I was like, every day I was texting him, I hate you. You changed my shot. I can't even make it.
Yeah, no, it's like changing a golf swing, man. It takes 6 months sometimes.
It took a while.
You know what I mean?
It took a while, but then the year starts, and I'm getting that starter role, and I'm starting playing more and more, and then the shots just feeling better and better.
Yeah. No, I mean,
keep getting reps up, and
that was the Sweet 16 year that we lost. You guys lost to Florida State. You had a great year that year. What was it like with Fewey? Your experience from sophomore or freshman to sophomore year, because the role dynamically changes player to coach. Everybody could kind of understand that. Was he a hard ass on you at first, or was he kind of just knew that you were skilled? I'm talking about your freshman year.
Yeah.
You're at the time you're not quote unquote better than Zach Collins or whatever. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like, was he uplifting, or was he like just kind of let you do your own thing? It changes.
No, I mean, I think he was hard.
Yeah.
He's very hard on the young guys.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you gotta be tough mentally to make it through this program because he's gonna be tough. But you just gotta be like, just not really take it personal.
Yeah, that's the best advice.
Yeah, don't take it personal. I mean, it's just words at the end of the day. You just do whatever you feel like is better for you. And every time you're in, you just play hard as hell. Yeah, and that's all it's about. Man. Yeah, especially your first year.
Yeah. And I think coming off the bench is fun when you're a freshman. Yeah. Because you can kind of just be an X factor. You play good, it's great. If you don't, it's not your fault. You lose. Yeah. Right. So you can just kind of like.
So it's you. I feel like you're more free. So you just come in, get rebounds, and dive on the floor, and they're gonna love you for that.
Yeah. No, exactly. My freshman year, like I said, I averaged 11. I had some big games where I go 20, 25, and then I had some games where I had like 2. Yeah. But it was just like, fuck it, I'm letting this. It swings my ass. I'm coming out either way. Right. Fuck it, I'm letting it rip. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta come out anyway. So might as well try things.
Yes, you're coming out. Your minutes are kind of set. So and then if you get going, then it's he's great. And if I had a game against UW when they were good at UW where I had 2 points and I played 6 minutes, but I played like shit for a stint. And Huey's like, nope, not doing this shit. You know what I mean? And it's that part could be a little bit frustrating, but also like I think that you said it best. Like you just play free. You're like, fuck it, man. Yeah. Now correct me if I'm wrong. That year we lost to Florida State. That's when they played that weird ass, 10, 11 guys fucking press. Yeah. Did you get hurt in that before that game? Was that year?
It was like 2 days before.
Explain that, because that was one of the weirder things.
Oh man, it was the weirdest thing
ever. Like, because going into that game, we're like, shit, we got a chance to go to the Final Four again. You know what I'm saying? And then weird matchup, but you matched up well because you're springy, athletic, and space the floor. You can match up with their guys that fly around and shit, but you more skilled than them. Yep. So explain, because that was weird going in that game. We didn't hear about because they were trying to get you right.
That was tough.
It was tough.
So, I mean, it was just.
So explain exactly what happened.
Yeah, it was a freak accident. It was 2 days before, I think, because I think we played on a Thursday. It was on Tuesday. We practicing and just it was a contact thing. I get hit like on my hip, kind of on my ab. And I'm like, damn, this is very painful. I couldn't move. I couldn't move. I couldn't even just. Coughing was the most painful thing in the world because it was actually a tear in my oblique.
Ouch. Yeah.
So anything you can
any
do.
Movement, fucking twisting.
Any twisting, you can't do anything. So I'm like, damn, I got 2 days to get ready for that. And
who hit you?
I don't really remember. I think it was just box out.
We always heard it was one of the walk-ons, and
it was not a walk-on.
Okay, because then we were like. Don't release his name. This poor bastard's gonna get.
Yeah, I'm not saying that. But and then before the game, I mean, I couldn't do anything. I tried to shoot around. Yeah, man, it's tough. So before the game, I get 2 shots in my ass, like some anti-inflammatory stuff and some cortisone. I mean, I get
just
all
fucking
the shots.
Give me whatever you can. Advil.
Advil. I had everything. So and try to warm up. I'm like, damn, it's feeling pretty good.
Yeah, you're on cloud nine.
I was a little high, but I was, doing good, jumping, and then it's like 6 minutes before the game starts. I try to do a move, and I feel like that thing like tear even more. And I'm like,
we're done.
It's actually painful.
Yeah. Obviously, that affected the outcome of that game because, like I said, you spaced the floor that year. You know what I'm saying?
It was tough, man.
Yeah, it was tough, and like the athleticism part of it. And it's going to sound funny, but like you have sneaky bounce, and that would have thrown them off. You know what I'm saying? Like their style of team and their style of play. Like you can't jump over me. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, exactly. So like that negates a lot of their style in that game, and not having it was just kind of. I think it was just a mind fuck for the team.
And especially knowing that like 5 minutes before the game, and they thought I was gonna play.
Yeah, and then
I mean it was tough, but
it's interesting. That was a tough loss because I mean they just came out, and you rarely see the 10 deep rotation, 11 deep rotation anymore, and he has that style, but it can be hard to manage if you don't have your whole crew, obviously.
But I like that we beat them the next year.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna get into
revenge on that.
Yeah, we're gonna get into that. So, like, going into that next season, what were your expectations for yourself? Because you had a great sophomore. What'd you average? I don't even know. I should have wrote this down. But what'd you average like sophomore year?
Like from 13.
To 13, but like on obviously it wasn't on volume and it was like efficient. So
it was pretty efficient.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. What were you like? What'd you shoot from three that year?
It was like 40
in the 40s,
47%, something like that. Because I think it was pretty bad. And then the WC tournament, that's where my percentage got way up.
Yeah,
I made like, I don't know, like a bunch in a row.
That's the tournament you went fucking bonkers in, right?
Yeah.
So that was what you hit.
I think I hit like 12 in a row.
You hit 12 in a row, and you were like 17 for 19 on the tournament or something like that.
Yeah,
it was crazy. I remember covering it. I think it was my second year.
It's Vegas, man.
Yeah, and I was literally like, this is probably if you're gonna, you probably don't know the whole Gonzaga WCC tournament history, but there's like John Riley's in '95. You probably don't know it, but he scored fucking 93 points in 3 games to get us there. You know what I'm saying? So like that's like if you really want to go, who like carried us into a tournament, you were one of those. Even though we were gonna make it, your teams were gonna make it, but like. You didn't miss that whole tournament. It was wild too, because I was, I'm sitting there. Obviously, I could score, and I was like, "This motherfucker's gonna miss one." And you made 12 in a row, like for real. It was like, holy shit!
Well, I was mad because I think the 13th one, I do like an in and out, and I'm like, "It's
this
just
is good."
It looked toilet bowl, so good,
toilet bowl.
In and out. I'm like, damn.
Well, it was also funny too, though, and it's a little bit of a, how do I say this the right way? Some of our teams that we play in conference are not the smartest, or some of the players, and they would just, Perk or whoever the fuck point guard would come down, flatten the defense, and you just throw back. And
Perk
I'm
was
like,
finding me, man.
I know, but I'm like, if I'm guarding you and I'm the opposing coach, I'm like, you stop at half court and pick him up, even if the ball's ahead of you.
Yeah.
But they would just sink and help on him, and he would just walk up like, boom, boom, boom. But anyway, that was a fun tournament. Did you win the MVP that tournament? Yeah, I figured. That was fun.
Yeah, that was a fun times, man. Good old times.
So going into that next year, like what were your expectations going into your junior season? Like,
so
obviously you established yourself, you start being on watch lists, you start probably being on fucking draft boards and all that stuff.
Yep.
Do you in your mind back home, are you getting pressure to leave going into your junior season? What's that like? Just from like, not family, like your parents, but like, are there European agents like, see, if you were playing in the club, you'd be averaging 20. Does that happen?
I was not talking to any agents in Europe because I know it's toxic.
Okay.
No, I had my agent I went with Priority Sports, so
Bartelstein.
Bartelstein and Andy Schiffman. So talking to these guys, but I mean, it was mostly just see what it was about, because everybody's talking about draft. I'm like, I don't know if I'm ready, man. I'm still super skinny. I'm still a sophomore, like, and after that getting hurt, I feel like I could have shown way more during the tournament, and I feel like I had something to prove the next year.
Yeah, it's a good
because I didn't play the Sweet 16. Like, I feel like I needed to show way more. Yeah, and physically, I feel like I was not ready to play in the NBA.
Yeah. So like, what type of year did you have your junior year? I'm trying to remember.
Junior year, it started rough because.
Oh yeah, you had the stress fracture in your ankle.
On my ankle.
Hey, so let me ask you: does it get frustrating when people bitch about you getting hurt sometimes? Like,
I mean,
you can't control it.
What am I supposed to do?
No, I know. No, I'm just asking.
It does get annoying, but I mean, I've probably focused on the supporting messages that I get.
Yeah.
Because people are very supportive out here.
Oh, of course. My point is like there's always, one or two idiots. Why can't you stay healthy? And it's like, well, fucker.
I'm trying, man.
No, exactly. I'm just saying, I'm trying to get in your mind when you're playing, because sometimes it's just like when I was playing in the NBA, like, type 1 diabetic. And I remember people in the stands were like, why is he coming out? And I'd be like, I got to take a shot, you fucking moron. Like, for real. Because they're just idiots.
People don't understand.
But I didn't handle it the way I should looking back now. That's why I'm asking. You're a grown man now. You're professional. Yep. It didn't bother you?
I mean, not really.
Okay, that's good.
No, in my mind really was just, what can I do to come back faster?
Yeah.
And play, because all I wanted is to play.
Yeah. I remember you came back like gangbusters too. You were stroking it, right?
Yeah.
If that year.
Yeah.
Because it was just a great addition. It was like, sweet. We were getting a...
And then we had BC and Rui starting.
Yeah.
So I was just coming off the bench behind him, and I was just, doing some extra stuff, and it was fun. I mean, I was just hungry, man. Because
what's that like? having that, I mean, you had 3 pros in practice. What were your guys' just like individual work like? Was it fun?
Yeah.
I mean, right? Like playing just ones and
yeah. I mean, just work on our game. Like me and Rui, we did 3 years to get our first 3 years together. So every night we were coming in with Ricky and working on our game. So that's where we got better for sure.
What was it like having BC? Like, because he's such a great athlete.
I mean, it's just fun to watch, man. I was with him in Memphis for 2 years too. So
yeah. No, I know. That's what I'm saying. It was like, it's just he came out of nowhere too. It was like
he did come out of nowhere.
Fuck is this guy?
Yeah, because he redshirted his first year here.
Yeah.
So we're like, okay, and then we see him jump and do all these floaters and stuff. And we're like, damn, that dude's gonna be good. Yeah, he's gonna be a one and done.
Yeah,
for us, bro.
Yeah, no, he changed. Like he gave us a different dynamic that we haven't seen. As far as rim protection, obviously Shimmy's great rim protector. Roni but like his was so effortless, and he was smaller, so people would be like, "Yo, I got that." You know what I'm saying? So like the viewpoint of it too. Don't expect it. But yeah, he was so fucking good that year, man. Like it's as far as like catching short rolls, and he can catch, like you said, he can take 2 dribbles and just do that little float shit.
Yep,
and that's all he has to do. Which is like
jumps over you and shoots over you.
Just shoots, and I'm like, dude, what a gig! Like you have the best gig on the planet. Is you sprint up, set a hard ball screen, you get it or you don't, and you roll and try to tip it in. That's all they ask you to do.
Yeah,
and then then you'll be open every once in a while for an 18-footer. Make that. And all the pros can make that now. You know what I'm saying? Like you shoot 100 of those a fucking day with your eyes closed. So that year, how upsetting was that Texas Tech game from a standpoint of, I thought you guys controlled the pace. I thought you got a bad whistle, if your memory serves.
Yeah.
Because I delete a lot of the bad losses too. Like I don't, go over the details. You know what I'm saying?
I don't. Yeah, they're tough, but I feel like they played their ass off on defense, man.
Yeah.
And then their defense was just good for them. I mean, because they were just. I feel like if I remember, they were stopping us from going middle.
They ice everything.
And then I feel like we struggle against teams like that.
Yeah.
And,
well, they iced everything, and then what happens to preface, an ice means you're downing all side ball screens. Nothing goes middle, so you're almost doing it at a 90-degree angle for the people listening. And so when you run your side ball screen action,
everything's going baseline.
Yeah, it makes you refuse, but they preload on the strong side. So you get 12 footers, but they turn it into contested 2s. And then if you can't skip and attack the closeout on the weak side, it's hard. We used to ice when I was in LA, and we had Powell and Andrew Bynum. Like it's okay, go ahead. It's tough. But if you can get over the top and get middle, then they're out of position.
Right.
But you don't see it in college, and in college you can grab and fucking, you can hold.
It was a fight.
It was an absolute fight. I thought we got a bad whistle that game, but that was one of the more talented teams I think we've ever had. Obviously, we've gone to 2 Final Fours, but I always am sitting there like,
talent wise, it's up there.
You, BC, Rui, Corey, Perk, Joel,
Snacks.
Did Joel?
Zach Norvell. Joel was not playing that. He was playing a little bit, but Zach Norvell was playing a lot.
Yeah, Snacks. Okay, so it's funny. Like Joel made the league, and he wasn't even a part of that rotation. I'm just saying on that team.
Right.
So that's 6. Who else was on that team? Was that about it? You guys played like 7 deep, obviously.
Yeah. Who else?
Who's the point guard? Didn't you guys have a transfer? Is Gino Crandall there yet?
Gino Crandall was there. He was hurt at the same time as me a little bit.
Oh, okay. And Gino was solid.
And Gino is nice, man. Yeah. He's playing good in Europe. But
Who does he play for?
He's in the UK, I think, right now.
Oh, okay. Good for him.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I always think back, I'm like, talent-wise, like you could argue like this is one of our better ones.
Right.
And it was frustrating. The way that the game ended, too, I just felt bad for Perk reaching over.
Reaching in the line. I remember that.
I don't know. Yeah, it was a brain fart. Obviously, he probably, we're not hammering him for it, but it's just one of those plays you never see ever.
Right.
And it happened, and you're like, oh, shit, that's a technical. And the refs are like, I have to call this, man. You know what I'm saying? One of those were like, and you're like, fuck, because then the game's completely over. I think you guys were down 2. Because Because didn't Snacks hit like a weird 3 or some shit? Yeah, he hit a weird one of those bad shots that he used to always take.
He always does that.
Yeah, but he'd make it.
He make them.
You know, and then be down 2, and then you have a chance, obviously, to foul, but then he reaches over, and then it's like, oh, 2 free throws on the ball, fucking game over.
Yeah.
So going into your senior year, after your junior year, obviously, those 2 guys played it ahead of you.
Mm-hmm.
So you were like, fuck, this is my year now.
Right.
I'm going to get all the burn. You know, I'm going to get a chance to show my athleticism. You've always been a great shooter. You make the right plays,
Mm-hmm.
you know, IQ and all that stuff. You guys had a great season. How frustrating that was the COVID year. Like, how demoralizing was that for as a group and as an individual, just being like, fuck it. And we were going to play in Spokane.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that was probably...
I mean, just how low
That was probably the toughest moment in my career.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, like...
Yeah.
My goal is to come back. My last year was to come back and get the national championship to Spokane. And I'm like, I don't even have a chance to do it.
Yeah.
And we have the team for it. So, yeah, it was very tough.
That field, if it's to, you know, refresh everybody, that NCAA field was fucking wide open.
I mean, I feel like we were 1 or 2.
Yes, I'm saying.
And I think it was with Kansas, maybe it was good too, and Baylor. But I mean, it was wide open.
Wide open. And we were the only conference, one of the only that finished their actual conference tournament.
Yeah.
So then everybody starts canceling theirs, and it was just like, oh my God. And then I remember we get on the plane, everybody's excited. Yeah, we won the conference again, you know, and you're coming home from Vegas, and then obviously your phones don't work, and you land.
And
no
then
tournament, and you're like,
Pac-12,
yeah.
everybody, all the conference. I'm like, damn.
And then it was supposed to be in Spokane where people were going ape shit over.
That was gonna be nice.
It's gonna be nice, and they don't have the tournament. So I just wanted to get your thoughts on, like, I mean, that was shitty. It was bad for everybody. And then again, this is not like we shouldn't have done it because COVID's fake. We're not talking like that. We're just talking about your feeling was at the time, because everybody was doing it out of, you know, precaution, and at the time it felt right. So
I mean, at the time it felt right. I mean,
yeah,
if you ask me, I would play. Yeah,
everybody wanted to say it, but you couldn't say it at that time.
Right.
If you said that, you'd be like, you don't believe in science, and there would have been all that bullshit. And we're like, no, but we just breathed on each other, you know. Yeah, exactly. So then it was kind of like everybody had to shut their mouth, which was, again, it was at the very, very start.
Yeah.
So nobody knew anything, and so it was the right thing to do. But it was also, you felt bad.
Can we just wait 1 month?
I know.
Do our tournament.
Yeah,
and then close everything.
That's what probably should have happened. Is just wait a month, bubble everybody like they did the year.
Yeah, play, you know.
Yeah, that's what they did in Indy. And it ended up working, but that was a year removed. So they had some idea of, okay, how can we slow the spread? How can we keep people safe, quote unquote, and all that stuff. So I just always wondered on the guys on that team, because you guys were really fucking good.
Yeah.
How frustrating that would have been. I was frustrated just as a broadcaster for you guys, because I was like, man, this team is loaded.
Yeah.
And you had a great career, and then your career is just kind of like, well, it's done.
It's done like that.
Good job. You know what I'm saying?
Good job, 4 years. And then people, I feel like it was tough because I felt like people were going to like forget about me because we didn't have my tournament.
Yeah.
And even for Admon and Ryan, that were the other two. Two seniors like that year.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it was
I mean,
these guys too.
I forgot Admon even played it here, and that's not a knock, but
that's what I'm saying.
They have that chance to have their moment in the tournament.
But these guys were so good for us.
I know, they were fantastic.
So good. So I'm like, I feel like people kind of forget about us because of that, and that's why I kind of like. That's what's tough for the canceling that tournament, but
yeah,
it's all good though. We grow up. And
no, it's obviously done, and that was a fun team, and it's just it was shitty all the way around. But again, it's at the time you just had to do it.
Yeah, true.
You couldn't be.
It's not about us, man.
Yeah, no,
it's a bigger thing.
Yes, exactly. That's the best way to put it. So yeah, man, I appreciate you coming on. Like,
appreciate you, man. That was fun.
You know, it's fun to catch up with the old Zags, especially European guys. I'm always fascinated, so I only played with JP was Brazilian, whatever. And then Roni, but Roni's a totally different cat.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's always fun to catch up with you guys, just because Tommy didn't have the the recruiting forte that he did now, or he did with Gonzaga then. I mean, obviously he got Ronnie, but he wasn't in like a big name over there. So I always like to hear like what's his game like? What's he spitting to you guys? You know what I'm saying?
No, he's nice.
Yeah, of course. But I just want, I'm always curious. And then what he like when he goes over there, like, like when he goes to watch France now, like, all right, obviously Wembanyama that's how you say his name, right?
Yeah, I don't even know. Wembanyama?
Wembanyama. Yeah. It's like, obviously he's not playing NCAA. So like, am I looking at the third guy? But the third guy on the team probably is not getting any shots.
Yep.
So how do you evaluate?
That's what I feel like. You just gotta go through talent, man.
Yeah, and just see if you can develop after
if
it.
That dude can just shoot and pass and dribble,
movement,
move. Yeah. And then I think he's been doing good in Arizona. He's been recruiting some guys from
he'll be fine.
Estonia and everywhere. So
yeah, he'll be fine.
He's going all over Europe.
Yeah, he'll get that, and then obviously I think. I'm talking about Ricky earlier. Ricky Foy's has been great for him, but that it gives him that outlet where if Tommy, being a head coach now, can't go over there, Ricky has a foundation over there as well. He was with the Suns for a bit. Ricky knows what he's doing. He's good at analytics, but he also has, sending a European over there to come say, hey, man, it's not NCAA basketball's fun, blah, blah, blah.
Yep.
It helps.
100%.
Have you watched that kid? Have you been around that kid over there?
Big guy? No. My brothers played against him though.
When did everybody start hearing about him in France? When he was like 14?
When he was like 15, 16, we were here
wasn't
a
even
bit. It wasn't even that. It's
crazy.
It's pretty recent.
Yeah.
Even for us. But yeah, since when they came to Vegas, now it's crazy.
Yeah.
Now
well, he went head to head with Chet, and Chet was great, but he won that battle.
Yeah.
In that U20 or whatever the fuck they were playing. Like,
no, he's pretty good.
You were like, holy shit. And Chet's a really good player.
Chet's really good.
Yes. Like super skilled. And you were like,
and that dude, I think he's even a little taller. And
he's like 3 inches taller than him, which is nuts. And he's thicker. I think Chet actually, just going off on tangent, I think Chet not getting hurt is good, but I think having a year to work on his body might be a blessing in disguise. Yeah. Just for him.
If he takes the opportunity, and
he will. He's a smart enough kid, and he understands. Like,
no, I think it's gonna be good for him.
Yeah. So anyway, I appreciate it. Thanks for listening. Episode. We don't even know the number of the episode of this one anymore. It's season 2.
You do too many of them.
Not too many. It's just we're saving this one we're just having this one in our back pocket.
All right.
So appreciate it.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it.
Let's do it again. Let's do it again. Turn up the 10. Let's do it again. Let's do it again. Let's do it again. Let's do it again. Let's do it again.